Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 326. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter, that's Durham's online community paper. I invite you to check it out at durhamskywriter.com. Now, with Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham, and then I invite you to click on the Facebook side now. Click on the link and then join me on camera, breeze, share information, etc. And as I speak, the sky is getting brighter. That's really good. Okay, so let's start out with the word page. That is the nonprofit and government information page. Now, this is super duper important. If you are a nonprofit or a community organization, the Durham City Council has approved $1 million to be given away or awarded, I should say, to nonprofits and community organizations that let me just read it directly here, that directly serve neighbors adversely affected by the pandemic. And as you probably know by news stories, the 19 pandemic has revealed issues contributing to racial, economic, and social injustices. So if you have a nonprofit or community organization that addresses one of these problems, and you want to help community, you might be able to get up to $50,000 in grant funds. So the deadline is Wednesday. So meet up this, however you meet up this, weekend or whenever, get something together and put your, apply for this by Wednesday. And what happens is, after all of the applications are in and they, read all the stories and see the budgets, et cetera, then we, the people, will vote. I think it's in May. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're going to vote. Let's see. There it is. We will vote in May to determine who gets the money. Again, you can get up to $50,000 and a total of $1 million will be given. So you can check out the links for the descriptions, the application, etc., in both English and Spanish by checking out, go to the word page and click on City of Durham, and you will see this article and the links that you need to apply for this really super important and lucrative, and I'm sure demanding application. And like I said, do this Wednesday. Okay, also I'd like to point out that the city and county both have really helpful programs. The city has the eviction diversion program. So read about that, and if you need it, use it, apply for that. Oh, today is the deadline, by the way. The water management, that's with the city, they have their poster contest ending today. This is the deadline for kids from kindergarten to grade 8 to submit their artwork and the topic is the power of water. Hopefully your kids have already turned in their entries, and I would love to see what the kids come up with. But today is the deadline. Okay, the city has a water hardship fund if you have fallen behind your water bill. So read about that. This might be something to add to your list of things to do for the weekend, just, to get the paperwork done, etc. Let's see, the county, let me tell you about the LEAP program. That ends next Wednesday. This is the Low Income Energy Assistance Program. We've had a pretty mild winter, but still, if you're having trouble with your heating bill, just go ahead and apply for that. So again, you have until Wednesday for that. Also, the county has their version of an eviction diversion program. It's called HOPE, Housing Opportunity and prevention of evictions. So read about that. And again, use it if you need it. Okay, let's see. Durham Tech Small Business Center with their wonderful free webinars. Let's see what's on the schedule for today. It being the 26th. Ooh, this is a good one. 1:30 to 3:30. This is good. Event Planning 101. Build better events to grow sales. This is free. So go ahead and sign up and attend that because it's totally free. And then click on the link and you'll see some of the workshops that I had to leave out because I didn't have enough room. So definitely, I think I'm going to that one. Now, if you are getting your COVID-19 vaccination, go Durham and go Triangle. They offer free shared rides to and from your appointment. So you have to let them know 24 hours in advance. So read about that on the Word page. Okay, check my notes here. Oh yeah, I did somebody. I was telling you about how we're being given another month to turn in our to do our taxes. There it is. Retired and Senior Volunteer Program, also known as RSVP. They have the VITA Tax Prep Serve. Those of us who make under $55,000 a year, you can get your 1040s done free of charge. So now they're saying that although we've been given an extra month, they're unable to extend their services past the first week of April. So still, go ahead this weekend, get your paperwork together, and you can do the 100% virtual experience. They can't take drop-offs anymore, but you can do the 100% virtual. Also do your taxes yourself with their help. If you get stuck, they'll help you out. So again, read about that on the Word page. Scroll down to Retired and Senior Volunteer Program for that. Okay, let's go to the health page. It's called To Your Health. Let's see. A couple of new wrinkles. Good wrinkles, though. COVID-19 vaccine update. I was telling you that you can visit loved ones in the long-term care facilities. You can visit them now, indoors and outdoors. So be sure to look into that if you miss your loved one. Also, as of April 7th, all adults will be eligible to get vaccinated for COVID-19. So I'm glad that finally we can all get vaccinated. That's wonderful. Okay, and more information on that later. So let's see where OptumServe is. OptumServe, they offer free COVID-19 tests. And today's Friday. That means they are at El Centro Hispano until 6, drive-through available. They're also at Oldham Towers until 4:30. Tomorrow they will be at Public Aid downtown and also El Centro Hispano. They're also at Public Aid on Sundays, which is great. Okay, and that's, you don't even have to go inside. It's all outdoors, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let's go to the sports page. And what I'm going to tell you about the senior games is also listed on the Senior Scope page. But yes, Durham Parks and Recreation are going ahead with the senior games. The Durham Senior Games will start in April 26th, but you have until April 2nd to register. It's $14, and of course you have to pay extra for golf because you always do. But as far as the sports, we're talking basketball, shooting, pickleball, table tennis, etc. Of course, golf. And then there's something called Silver Arts, if athletically inclined. You can do the Silver Arts portion, and that is where you show off your art, your crafts, sewing, writing, dance, music, whatever. So you can get your registration packet mail. And okay, and I'll tell you how to do that. You can also access a registration packet online. You can do everything virtually. You can also set up an appointment and pick up your packet at the DPR office, which is downtown. So however you want to do, be sure to register by April 2nd. And good luck. Yes. Now, for those of you who like boating and fishing and that sort of wonderful outdoor thing, Lake Mickey and Little River, they're both open. And like last year, they are restricting access because they want to keep everybody safe. So there's a lottery in place where you you put in for the lottery, and then at 6 o'clock, they let you know who gets to, they text the winners, and they let you know whether you get Lake Mickey or Little River tomorrow. So they do it the day before. So before 6, you want to put in for the lottery for tomorrow. You do that by 6 o'clock today to see if you can visit or Little River tomorrow. Okay, their hours are Friday through Monday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. All righty, let's go to the Let's Go page, the calendar of events page. And, this is going on right now. If you are in need, hop in your car right now and head out to the Lakewood Shopping Center, because Raise Up, the NC Poor People's Campaign, and Carolina Jews for Justice, they have Fed Up, political food distribution. What that really is a grocery giveaway. And if you're driving up, of course, you pop open the trunk and you'll get a food box. But if you're, of course, on the bus, I think the number 10 bus serves that area. Or if you're in the neighborhood and you're walking, see if you can have one of those little rolling shopping carts, because I think they're going to hand you an actual box. Okay, and this is only until 1 o'clock. So you might want to hop in the car or head over that way right now. Okay, also happening right now, the city's neighborhood improvement services, they're having Our Community Stories, College Heights, where you can learn about this historic African-American community. This is actually, the city's neighborhood improvement services has a series called Durham Community Engagement Series. So check out the Facebook event page for more information, or just go ahead and click on the Zoom link, because it's happening right now at 1 o'clock. This is a monthly series. Salvation of Durham has Free Food Friday starting at 1:30. They're on Liberty Street. They do want you to have your lease agreement and your current photo ID. I guess they want to make sure they're only serving Durhamites. I guess that's why they're doing that. But they have canned goods, meats, drinks, snacks, hygiene items, sometimes even pet food. All right. Durham Parks and Recreation has virtual Let's Talk for adults who are, let me make sure. Yes, age 18 plus, individuals with disabilities. Basically, it's an online hang. Tell folks, just ask questions or whatever. It's a Zoom event. Now, this is one of the wildest things I've heard. This is cool. The South Regional Library has a mobile printer, something called the Technology Mobile. You can go there today from 2 until 4 and use their mobile printing service, and you might be applying for a job. Sometimes you get these PDF documents that you can't fill out on your computer, and you need to print it out and then fill it out, like for jobs or whatever. So anyway, this is wild. I really like this. So from 2 until 4, you can go to the South Regional Library and print out things. Now, actually, what's not described is whether you have to have a paper master, or if like I just described, if you have a document that's a PDF file and maybe on a thumb drive. I wonder, this is good for me to find out. I'm going to find out, and I'll see if I can put it in the show notes, the comments below. I'm going to try to find out if you can bring a thumb drive, or if you need to have a paper master like Xerox. I have a feeling you'll be able to bring a thumb drive, but we'll find out. But anyway, I think it's very clever, and again, it's from 2 until 4 this afternoon. Okay, New Visions of Africa restaurant. They're giving away free meals from 3 until 6. They are next door to W.D. Hill on Fayetteville Street. And then tomorrow, as always, the South Durham Farmers Market and the Greenwood Commons Shopper, 9 until noon. Midtown Yoga has a free yoga session. Let's see, this one's at U Hill, Durham, the University Drive, from 10 until 11. It's free. Bring your own mat. Social distance. Also, the Durham Farmers Market downtown in Durham Central Park, 10 until noon. And the Durham Craft Market is back, also in Durham Central Park, from 10 until noon. All righty then. Let's see. It's cloudy, but the sky is clearing up slightly. It's 72 degrees. It's going up to 79. It's going to be partly sunny mid-afternoon. And then tomorrow, 79 again, and partly sunny. I love it. So anyway, I was hoping I did invite someone. I guess he couldn't make it, but I do see that Guy, our cook, is waiting in the wings, and let's see what he has to say. He's in Walla Walla, Washington area, by the way. Guy, our cook, what's new?
Well, we're not going to be 79, but we are going to be a 9. It's going to be 59
That's
and
still good, though.
as clear as a bell. It's nice and sunny. So if you stay out of the shade, it's not too bad. It's doable.
Okay.
It's a flannel shirt day, but you don't want to go exert yourself. You'll perspire.
Yeah. I'm looking for some, because you're here and you're into the tech thing. Continue to talk. I'm looking for my notes because I wanted to tell you something. I remember that cyber security shop I told you I was going to.
Yeah.
I did, and I had a bit of info from that. So I'm looking for my notes. So let's see if I can. Oh, here it is. So check this out. I found, now we're always taught when you make up a password to use letters and numbers and punctuation. Yeah. They said it takes, okay, so if you use like a lot of people use admin and really God and really dumb passwords, and he said those can be figured out almost immediately.
Right.
The letters and numbers can be figured out within a few hours, which shocked me because I thought
that's okay.
Depending, but he said within 8 hours. He says
really. I'll take that bet. If I use upper and lowercase letters and a number and a special symbol, he can do it in 8 hours.
Well, now I guess they have these. He says they use these apps or machines or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
He says this works so well that if you pick the right, I'm going to tell you the method, it will be cracked. He says a simple sentence, and you can some apps allow you to have spaces. Like he says, a sentence, like an English sentence. For example, I have the sample he gave was, I have 2 cats and 1 dog. He said that's almost virtually impossible to crack. I can't imagine why, but he said if you use a sentence, like we went to the World's Fair in 1948, or there probably wasn't a World's Fair in 19. Boy, that was a bad year to choose.
Yeah.
Whoa! But anyway, if you choose a sentence like I broke my foot when I was a freshman in high school, which was true. He said you can't crack that. And I always thought you just choose a jumble of letters.
If it's a word in the dictionary, I would think that the algorithm, the first thing they would check is for words and see if that string contains a word in it.
I was shocked.
Anyway.
So let me finish real quick.
Okay.
Real quick. So, of course, he told all of us to change all of our passwords. A lot of us use the same password for everything, which is totally stupid. Yeah. But he said, go to howsecureismypassword.net, and then they'll let you know how good the password was of your choice. He said also to use the safer browsers, which are DuckDuckGo, and the one that you mentioned, which is called Brave. I think you mentioned Brave, didn't you? Is that the one you read? No, you mentioned Opera.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned Opera, but I think Brave is kind of new. Yeah. And like DuckDuckGo, it doesn't track you. So there you go. How about that?
Okay. Now, and having a complete morning broadcast, you do the sports and the news and the weather and the who's get the COVID virus and so forth. You never talked about your shirt today.
Oh.
And for those of us on this side of the camera, we got this big, massive dreadlocks covering up the letters. So then we're forced to guess
No dread.
with. Oh, okay.
Don't say the dread anymore.
Okay. But when you're covering up half the shirt, then we have to guess. Remember that North Carolina Community College shirt? Yeah, that was a struggle.
Oh yeah, North Carolina Central University. Yeah, well, this is a shirt. This is a shirt of my own design. My sister always says, "For real though." So this is a shirt that I made for real though.
Did you give her one of those for her birthday?
I actually made one for her, and it printed out wrong, so I actually owe her a T-shirt. It's coming, Cookie. It's coming. Yeah, yeah, didn't print out right, but yeah, this is her catchphrase for real though.
Yeah. So in summary, the guy saying that go check your password, is my password secure?
Mm-hmm.
And by going to that website and checking it, I've always learned and been taught and told multiple times, as soon as a password is written down, it's no longer secure.
What? How do you say that?
If you share it anywhere, anytime, because what if you had a keystroke logger on your machine, and as soon as you type it into that page, it's typed into that logger, and they're going to know it. The bad guys.
Okay, wait, but how do they get access to what you're typing?
By Google it, keystroke logger. Anytime that script is installed and mounted, whether you downloaded it from somebody's website or whatever, and then when you type your name, they're going to know your name is Pat, right?
Yeah.
And then they're going to know any other characters that you type after that. Okay?
Oh, really?
Anytime you touch the keyboard. Yeah, so this guy that's saying check your key, I'm glad I didn't go to that. I almost went to that because he and I would have gotten into a debate, because I think I can debate him because I was a support engineer for Volt Consulting. I was the only engineer in the queue that had grandkid pictures on his desk. Everybody else was like in their 20s and 30s, young propeller heads, sitting there doing their Rubik's Cube. And I mean, they said, can you do a Rubik's Cube? I said, no, but I can smoke salmon. You can't you can't eat a Rubik's Cube.
Sure can't.
So, anyway.
So you don't agree. So what would Guy R. Cook say in terms of protecting your password?
Upper and lowercase letters, a number, and a special symbol. If you hit a shift and 1 through 0, you get a special symbol.
Okay.
For the people that say, oh gosh, I can't remember that, right? Then you give them a password phrase. Like Durham Skywriter has a new password for Gmail. And you take the first letter out of that. And for the 4, you use the number 4 instead of the word for. And then you can go back and remember.
Okay.
It might take like one time I had to try 3 times before I got it. That's when I started writing it down. I use a password vault, and it's encrypted with 256-bit encryption. So every password I've got in there, you'll never get it.
Okay, but what if you can't get online to access the vault, though?
No problem. Only reason you're going to need that password is because you are online and trying to log into a remote host.
That's true. Okay.
And
now, I'm very old school.
Mine
are actually written down on index cards.
Oh, okay. I have one of those unhackable devices too, except it's this goes back to the 90s.
See, I use very
unhackable.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 9:25. I figured out what the timer was. Remember I said the other day that where
Yeah.
the alarm goes off? It was for watering the tomatoes. My
Oh, I
tomato
thought you were
plants,
saying maybe for walking
those
the
little
dog.
plastic
Oh,
things.
okay. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no, watering the tomatoes because I just putting the ducks in a row, having a
Mhm.
schedule.
Okay. Oh, speaking of gardening, one more thing. I remember reading an article years and years ago. It was one of my favorite gardening articles. There was this guy in Washington State. I can't remember which part of the state it was. It's so far away. Washington State's all
Yeah,
just
I
one
know. We're
box to me.
out of sight, out of
But
mind. Right. Those
but
Rocky Mountains
he
save us so much.
his soil wasn't, or he didn't like his soil. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
He had uh, he made a bunch of. He was serious about his compost.
Yeah.
He put a layer of compost that was as deep as like 11 to 12 inches, and he planted directly into the compost. Didn't mix it into the dirt. Didn't bother. He just plopped it right on top of the dirt. And he said he had the most incredible yields he had ever had in his entire life.
Uh-huh.
How about that?
Well, knowing how good your soil is has a lot to do with your yield. My garden area was supplemented on day one before I ever planted the first thing.
Mhm.
My cousin, he had to dig up his front yard to find his underground sprinkler system. The
Mhm.
house he bought was so overgrown so many years ago that it just covered up. So I had all this topsoil. Not
Mhm.
only did he dig it up, he delivered it and helped me spread it. I mean,
Mm.
great guy. Yeah, David made some gold star points on that job.
Mm.
So now I start them in the house, like you see over my shoulder.
Mhm.
Then once the frost is gone, which historically I've always targeted Mother's Day weekend, first weekend in May, as
Okay.
being safe to put them outside, and you're not going to have to worry about sneak up frost. If I put them
Mhm.
outside right now, I'd be playing roulette.
Yeah. Of
Like
course, you could always
the
protect them.
temperature of the temperature of the soil is a big thing, and right now the soil temperature. I bet you if I went out and stuck a thermometer in the soil right now, it'd be in the 40s.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
A little soon.
it's not
It's a
hot
little.
yet. Yeah, because it
Yeah.
cools off every night so much, it's going to be
Mhm.
severe. So, how's your garden coming?
Well, I'm still trying to. I'm looking at my backyard now. Things are blooming back there, like flower trees and bushes.
Oh
But
yeah,
as
with
far
79, I
as
would
far
think
as
so.
fighting my way back to where my raised bed is, I haven't gotten there yet. So there's still going to be. It'll probably take a few weeks for me to get
Well,
back
the
there.
weekend's coming.
Yeah. Hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
does the pity pat event going to happen at the bus station when it's 79 and nice or no?
Oh, actually, when I play at the bus station, that will be on third Fridays,
On
regardless
Friday.
of weather, because I think they're going to provide me with a tent this year, so I can play in the
Ah,
rain as well.
okay. You
So
know,
that
they
should be
make
nice.
those. You're familiar with Costco, right? The big chain store.
Sure, we have a Costco.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, they make this portable garage thing. It's like a big tent you can put up. And they were using it over at the senior center. They had one of those when they were doing
Hmm.
their meal distribution. They had people drive up in their car wearing a mask, blah, blah, blah. Social distance. When you're handing the food to a person and it's not on a 6 foot pole, I don't
Hmm.
think that's social distance. But I'm not,
Yeah. Now
I'm just a
this
guy. I don't know.
this tent you're talking about, does it exactly like a tent, or is it of a different build?
It's a peaked roof. I used
Hmm.
one for a woodshed where I kept all my firewood when we lived on the coast to keep it dry. Um,
Hmm.
and it's 10 feet wide, 20 feet
Hmm.
long, pretty good sized. You can park
Ooh,
a car in there, in theory.
ooh, canvas, right?
Vinyl canvas, that more modern stuff, not canvas. When you say canvas to me, I think of the old OD green army
Yeah.
tents.
Mhm.
No, it's not like that. It's more like, those ripstop tarps you buy at the dollar store for $1.
Oh, yeah, I
They're
do. I do.
blue. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that kind of material, but heavier duty. It's not gonna
How
fade on
much
you.
are they, Guy?
$180 last time I bought one, which has been a long
Really?
time ago. Yeah, I wouldn't pay more than $250 because you could probably find something else for less money.
Okay, you just put something on my
Yeah.
mind. Okay.
Okay. Well, you could sell that scooter that you're not riding and buy a garage.
Never. Never.
Okay.
It's too much fun. Actually, what I
Okay.
do now, I put it in the trunk of the car and then ride it around,
Uh-huh.
as opposed to riding it from the house. I might go somewhere and then ride it somewhere.
I don't know why my
Okay.
camera's making my face so dang big. I just noticed that something must have
Yeah, I
happened.
noticed that your face is a lot bigger today. I just figured
Yeah,
I'd set up differently.
I'm older but not wiser. It's amazing. So
Same
anyway,
here.
you have a good weekend.
Okay, Guy. I will see
I
you
will
later.
I will tell you the technical thing that we did. I'll give you a sneak peek.
Okay.
A lady in the podcaster support group from Manhattan. She commented in the Facebook group, how many people track the downloads of their show notes? You have a little amendment made to your
Sure.
podcast, your blah, blah, blah. And you say, well, go to the show notes and you can get the links I talked about, etc. So I went, well, I'm not doing that, but I could.
See?
So I figured it out this morning. And going forward, from this day forward with the podcast, I'll have a trackable link on the download link. Because you go to podbean.com and you say, here's the link for the show notes. Well, before today, you just clicked on it and you went to the show notes, or not, depending on what your druthers were.
You know
So
what?
now,
You just gave me another great idea. Now, go ahead.
go ahead. Your turn.
I'm going to put the link to the Durham Skywriter in the description of Bull City Hangout.
Okay. Which one? Because you do it. Let me qualify that. Because I do a different episode every time, I can't put an evergreen link of just go to the show notes because I won't know which one they downloaded. Each individual episode, I make a unique episode link for that event. Okay. So like today you talked about for your health page, or you talked about the sports page. So if there's something unique, or even like you got a client, an advertiser, and you mentioned that advertiser on the 26th, wouldn't it be nice to be able to give them back a report? You got this many clicks on your link.
Oh, yeah. I guess what I was talking about, I will put the generic link of the Durham Skywriter itself into the show notes because I'm telling people what's happening in Durham without giving them the link to the Durham Skywriter. I mean, it's right there on the screen, but I should give them the opportunity to click and go to the Skywriter.
Right. I was looking at your analytics today, and you know how when you go to durhamskywriter.com and it says click here to go to the episode for today?
Oh, okay.
The tracking code on that link is the same as the tracking code for durhamskywriter.com. So there's no way to separate apples and oranges in that same fruit stand.
As long as I get clicks, man, at this case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
as long as I get clicks.
I guess I'm anal. I got to know.
I don't care. Just click.
Okay.
Yeah. Just click. I welcome all clicks. There you go.
All right. So
the sun peeked out for a second and then tiptoed back in, but I think I'm going to go maybe take a quick little walk outside.
I'm going to go and look and see why my camera settings are so big. It must be something's in StreamYard because I haven't touched the camera.
I look the same. I haven't.
Yeah, you're
done,
sitting there on your bike the same size as always, but mine is probably 30% bigger than it normally
It is, but I thought that was your setting. I thought that was
Yeah.
of your doing.
I'm just showing off if I shaved or not. That's it.
Mhm.
It's got to be.
You know,
Anyway,
But you know, if you didn't do it, is there a way to check your? You're obviously not using the camera that came with your computer. You're obviously using.
no, I have a third-party Logitech camera.
Yeah, so you'll probably have
Like
to check.
a lot of people get the C920. I got a C615 because it does 720 resolution, the same as the more expensive model. And
Yeah, the
so
920.
once I get the settings adjusted, it'll be fine.
Okay. All right, guy. Well, I'll see you real soon.
Okay, take care.
Okay, take
Try
care.
to enjoy that 79-degree weather. Good grief.
You know I will.
All right.
Yes, I will do that. Folks, I think that's pretty much it. Let's see what the temperature is now as it ticks up to what? Let's see, up to 64. Wait, not 64. Oh, these are the old notes that I found. Okay. So today, okay, so it's 73. Okay, it's going up to 79. It'll be 79 by 3 o'clock. And that's in a couple of hours. Yes. So anyway, you go ahead and have a wonderful day. Now, I will be doing Bull City Hangout tomorrow at 10 because tomorrow's Saturday. That's the way it works. So you have a beautiful day. See you then. Ciao for now.